only have two hands, and it takes more than two hands to get all of that moved around today.
And what about the two you got under the table?
All right. Intro done by Seymour Strikes and
the 10-10s.
There you go.
Man,
they are so good.
Yeah, ever since we've hired that guy, our ratings have went
through the roof.
Just
think he was playing at a little bitty bowling alley in the Midwest, and we come across him, and bam. Yeah. All right, we're not going to waste any time.
No time at all.
Because AJ is on a short leash tonight. He's got some bowling to do. Let's bring him on up. We'll get to the rest of the stuff here in a minute. What's going on, AJ?
What is going on, guys? How are you?
We're doing great.
Great.
We're in the beautiful East Texas country, and you are in Chicago right now?
Well, not technically. I don't live anywhere near the city. Thank goodness.
Oh, okay.
I live about an hour southwest of Chicago in a town called Oswego, Illinois.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I'm out in the country.
Well, good. And you like country music?
I do. I love country music.
Yeah. I had to get a little insight on what makes AJ tick, and that was something I came across. In fact, your theme song, if it was a little faster, should be Tennessee Whiskey from Chris Stapleton.
Yeah, that'd be a great one because I get to wear this pretty cool logo, the Tennessee Squire Association logo, which is affiliated with Jack Daniels. So yeah, if it was a little faster, a little more upbeat, that would be a perfect song for me. And I'm actually this weekend is my birthday. It's my 30th.
Whoa, where's the cake?
Yes, dang it, bring the cake in.
So
we gave Carolyn and Dorn Ballard a cake. So
yeah. So this weekend, I'm actually going to Nashville with my girlfriend. I'm gonna get to go to the Jack Daniels distillery for the first time since I've been a Squire and everything. So I'm really looking forward to it.
What was a Squire?
So Tennessee Squire is a program that Jack Daniels started. It's kind of like a cool thing, but it's in their world. It's kind of like oh man, like you're a Squire. So you have to be voted in. It goes through the board of directors and stuff. You have to know another Squire that has already, gone through the process and everything. And so I was doing a trade show in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and a guy, a friend of mine, Casey, he overheard me saying that I like Jack, and he was like, you gotta meet my friend. One of my best friend works for Jack Daniels. I'm like, yeah. He goes, he bowls and everything. So he sent him a message, and he was like, oh, I know who AJ is. He goes, I'll look him up in the system. Wasn't in the system or anything. He's like, well, we got to make him a Squire. So go through the process. I wrote this paragraph, a short one about, how I got affiliated with Jack or how I got to liking it, and a picture of my collection that I had already had. And normally the process, well, from what I was told, the process takes about 2 to 3 months. And I got a response in 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They sent me, I got this little package in the mail. It had a certificate signed by one of the master distillers. It had this whole thing with Squire. There was a little card that I actually keep in my wallet. And every Squire owns a small piece of land at the distillery. And you get to go down and go through a tour. Anyone that's with you gets to go with you. You get to go to the Squire house, taste test whatever you want.
Did you get an invite? Mine must have got lost.
I didn't get one either.
So and it's kind of cool too. Like they'll send you fun emails periodically. Like I got one time that was like, hey, we saw a raccoon run across your piece of land. We made sure to get rid of it to make sure nothing happened, if that's okay with you. Just like fun things like that. So
was it like a 1 foot by 1 foot type?
It's literally like the smallest piece of land you could think of, but it's just something. It's fun that they do. Not a lot of people know. I mean, more people know now because I've worn the logo and it was on TV one time. So yeah, no, it's really cool. And Jack is probably like my utmost favorite. I've ventured out to some other bourbons and whiskeys. I really like bourbon and whiskey. It's my go-to, but for me, if I'm just gonna have some drinks, there ain't nothing that tops Black Label Jack Daniels.
Gotcha. All right. So I guess you answered my next question was, are you going to be at the Longview Doubles this weekend? Because you bowled with Chris Barnes a couple of years ago. And I'm assuming you're going to be fashionably absent this weekend.
Yeah. I'm gonna make. I'm gonna enjoy my my birthday weekend.
Awesome. But yeah, 30 is special.
Yeah, my sister and brother-in-law asked me, what was the one thing I wanted to do for my 30th, and that was to go to the distillery. Last year, my sister turned 40, and so I kind of halfway surprised her. They threw a party down in Nashville. That's where my sister wanted to go. She loves Nashville as well. They love country music, and she thought that I was still in Las Vegas celebrating Mikey Tang and Mary Tang's wedding.
Yeah.
And which I was, but that night I took a red eye, flew into Nashville and showed up and surprised her on her birthday.
Wow,
and it was
awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Family special, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm really close with my family, me and my sister especially. I actually the house I bought during COVID, I actually live 2 blocks away from my sister and my niece and nephew and brother-in-law. But yeah, family's big with my entire family, and I have a date on the back of my jersey that is for my niece that was stillborn, my sister's first girl. And the little butterfly sits on the end of my name. When I sign my name, I put a little butterfly there too, that symbolizes that. And it's just a thing, like some way to tie in family and how close my sister and I are.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That is awesome.
Well, let's switch gears. You just got back from Brazil.
Yeah. I just got back. Yeah, I got back Saturday morning at 6:30.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We won doubles gold, which was pretty cool. Chris Prather won gold in singles in all events, and I won bronze in singles in all events as well. And then, of course, the main reason why we're there was to qualify the U.S. for the Pan American Championships, which is next year. And that event is probably the closest thing that we have to the Olympics. But the biggest event that we have is the World Championships, which is one that we always, gear up for, we get excited about, and one that, everybody wants to go to. But yeah, no, it was a great week. We only bowled 3 days, but we were there for a while, get acclimated and then get some practice in, things like that. Got to see some pretty cool things. But probably, I would say one of the most special things that happened last week was it was Shannon O'Keefe's last event as part of Team USA. It was pretty cool to be there for that. She means a lot to the Team USA program. She's been there 18 years.
Wow.
She's mentored a lot of younger women that are now on the team, and mentored even some of us. The times that I've gotten to spend with her, talk with her, she's really taught me a lot of things that really show, how she goes about her business and why she's won Player of the Year 3 out of the last 4 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that was, and I was fortunate. I got to work with her and her husband, Brian, for a year at McKendree. I spent time with them at Team USA when I was on the junior team. Brian was the head coach then. So I knew, I knew how special they were, and then my senior year at McKendree, they came in as Brian was the head of the program. Shannon took over the women's program. And now, pretty self-explanatory as to what they've done with that program.
Yeah.
And so you got to take away an MVP as a McKendree bowler.
I did. Yeah. I had a pretty special year my junior year that I got to won Player of the Year. I was coach's MVP. All that fun stuff. But it's pretty cool. But the one thing that I wanted to say when I was done with college was winning a national championship. And I'd trade all the individual accolades for us to win a team national championship. In my 4 years that we were there, and not being a part of it, the year right after I graduated, the guys that I helped bring into the program and helped start to turn that program around into a powerhouse. They ended up winning a national championship that following year, and so I felt a little bit of pride in that, and closeness and all that. But yeah, no, it was special. I don't feel as far removed from college, but it's been freaking 7 years since I've been college. So
yeah. Hey, I look in the mirror every morning and say, who is this old guy looking back? Because I feel like I'm still 30.
Yeah.
Out of bed and my knees crack, but
I'm starting to feel that too. Trust me.
Oh, please.
Trust me. A lot of bowling years.
Going back to you and Chris, me and Brad were talking about what contrast of bowling talent. You kind of talked about it on one of your interviews about his style of bowling compared to yours. Could you kind of elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah. It's kind of funny. Like Chris and I joke about it, and we talk about it quite often because we've gotten to spend a couple of years now on the team together, and as different as a lot of it is, there's a lot of similarities amongst it as well. Things that, how we kind of see the lane and, what we, not necessarily what we like to do because, Chris, as we've seen, Chris likes to get left. He likes to do his slow little rope-a-dope. And it's pretty fun to watch, and there's been some times when, when I've seen that on the lanes and I'm like, man, I got to pray through this. I got to find my slow, wrap my hand around it, send it to the right and just let it hook. But bowling together, we've found things that we're like, oh yeah, like that's exactly what I saw. And we see similar things. But yeah, he's definitely, a little bit more methodical. But when he wants to get up and after it, he can get his hand in it just as much as any of the guys, whereas, my ball speed, my rev rate and all that stuff is a little bit higher than his. So, we have to find those things when, certain times in the lanes when he's got to amp it up a little bit. And there's other times in the lanes where I got to dial it back down so we can get close. And we worked really well together in Brazil, and we pretty much took over the doubles event, which was fun. So, and as soon as we were done, we both looked at each other and were like, yeah, I think maybe we can try to do this a little more often because we just gelled together, and I think maybe it helps. We live like 20 minutes from each other too. It's so. Yeah, we I actually just texted him on my way home from the. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I texted him when I was on my way home from the gym. I was like, "Hey, you want to play golf on Wednesday?" So.
Well, and you guys are both very passionate on the lanes. We talked about that before we went on. We went through a time period in bowling where it seemed like the premier bowlers were almost stoic. They didn't show a lot of emotion. And then guys like Kyle Troop and AJ Johnson and Chris Prather come out, and you guys are full of emotion. You celebrate the good shots, and then you're very emotional on the bad shots. And I think that's good for the game. I know there's been a little criticism, but I think that's what the game needs.
Sure. I 100% agree. I grew up an athlete, and sometimes, certain things it could be a little bit of a detriment, but when I started bowling professionally and started going through everything, like I wanted to show everybody that bowling is a sport. We're athletes. We take care of ourselves. I mean, like when I was getting back home, I was coming from the gym. It's, nice to finally get back in from traveling from Brazil. We take care of ourselves. We try to do, all the right things like guys do in other sports. And the passion side of that comes out a lot. That's how I was, when I played football and baseball and everything else. I've learned to channel that a little bit better as I've gotten older. And I've, learned in certain situations that I can let a little bit more of it out, and then, when to dial it back down. And I think we're starting to get a little bit more of a different demographic in bowling by doing that, showing the emotion and showing that, we don't just walk up, throw the ball, come back and sit down. There's a time and a place to let it out and, to get your momentum swinging the other way and, whatever it may be at any point in time. But yeah, it's pretty cool to see, the guys that show some emotion and the one that really kind of started that, I feel like you want to go way back in the time. Marshall Holman, Mark Ross.
He was an anomaly though, because he was the only one.
Yeah, for sure. And then, as it started to get into the modern game, one of the biggest guys that started that was Tommy Jones. Every time I watched him on TV, he was yelling, he was getting amped up and kind of started that swing of it as well. So, I don't plan on getting rid of that anytime soon. So I just hope the opportunities to let the good side of it come out a little bit more often.
Yeah.
All right. So Trey, the proprietor in Longview, asks, when are you coming back to bowl the Longview doubles? Will you be there next year?
I hope so. I hope that that I can. I think I'm not allowed to bowl with Barnes anymore. They've kind of changed the rules a little bit. So I find a good partner and, hopefully, maybe a lefty, because that seems to fare well at Longview.
I'm left-handed.
Perfect.
Just saying.
But yeah, no, I would love to come back. I had a blast that weekend, all the matches and the late bowling. It's grind fest. And I enjoy that.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
Andy Patterson asks, outside of EJ and Ronnie Russell, who's the best golfer on tour?
Probably because it's kind of unassuming and he just kind of, slides under the radars is Tommy. Tommy's he's a pretty damn good golfer. Yeah, he plays matches back home all the time. And anytime that we travel somewhere and go bowl a tournament where the weather's nice, he's always looking for a place to go play. But outside of that, I've played with both EJ and Ronnie. Between the two of them, who's ever putting better that day, I guess. But I've seen some things with Ronnie and seen him play and go about it, and I give him a little bit of the edge. He hits it far. He kind of knows course management, putts really well too. So I was hoping he'd make it through the Q School qualifier for the Korn Ferry Tour. But it's unbelievable that in that sport, how drastic and each level is, how much better those guys are. And I think maybe if Ronnie could get a little more practice on the Bermuda grass, he'd be just fine.
Wow. Awesome, man.
All right. So you've got 10 PBA regional titles. Is that right? Or is it 11?
I think it's 11.
Okay. I think that some of the data I was looking at might have been a little bit old. I thought it was 11 as well. And you have the 2019 PBA Korean win.
Yep, the Sam Ho Cup. And so I think it's still, I still got it up. Yep, right back over there.
Yeah.
So what do you wrapping up this year, going into 2023? What is your main focus? Or do you look at it as a season, or do you look at it as, events, or how do you prepare?
Yeah. It's different because, we have some events where it's, where they're short and it's, just for either 1 week or a weekend or something. And then we have other events where we're there for 2 weeks, like the World Series of Bowling, for instance.
Right.
So it's it gets a little hazy with all of that. So I try to look at it as the season and how I can best go about each season and get better as the year goes on. For me, this last year was, outside of getting a win, this year was pretty good. Making 3 out of 4 major shows, finishing in the top 4 of the playoffs. And then some other things here and there have been really great this year. And I think I need to just continue to build on that. I'll probably get some work in with Mark Baker before the start of the year again, like I did last year. And that man's super smart. He's really good working one-on-one, and he understands me. He's been through the athlete thing. He knows, my mindset and, where I tend to go when things are a little off and when things are good. So, I'll definitely get some work in with him. And then I'm just going to continue to do some things that I've been doing recently. I'm very fortunate being a part of Team USA. We get a lot of access to mental performance coaching, and I've done a lot of things with that in the past. I've read books. I've done things that I thought were useful, and there's a lot of things that I just didn't realize. And I've been doing that just recently since we've had Team USA camp, because we had a guy, Brian Kane, came out and worked with the team. And there's a lot of useful stuff that I just was unaware of, and things that I now know that I need to pay more attention to, and I need to be more disciplined in to continue to do things for the big picture, not necessarily the short, in the here and now, because as bowlers, we want everything right now. And it's more so for the big picture and a career. And so far, it's been paying off, and I just have to stick to it. And a lot of great things, learning to control, my breathing, learning to use imagery as much as possible. Sticking to a plan that I have for the day, and make sure that, my schedule is structured out as, so that I have something to follow, and I don't get going in the day and go, I got this and do, I'll find time to do it. It doesn't work that way at our level.
Yeah.
So having a plan, having things set out, and then, following through with everything, it's just going to continue to keep getting better and better. I tried to do a lot of competitive work with that when we were in Brazil, because obviously that was right immediately after we got to work with him at camp. So it was cool to see how a lot of things changed in me that week versus what would have happened maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and how much better I was able to flip things around when something wouldn't go well. I mean, I'd be first to tell you, our carry when we were in Brazil is when you look at the big picture, it was great. We won a bunch of medals and everything, but when you go through the week, it was our carry was pretty tough, and I had a day that tested my patience quite often. And AJ 3 years ago would have gotten all that and would have let things snowball and blown up about it and been pissed off. Whereas now, I've found ways to get rid of that and to get back on and know that I can only control the things that I can control. And I'm going, and a lot of the conversation I had with Shannon was surrendering yourself to the result. Once you let go of the ball, you have no control over it. So the only things you can control is what you do up until that foul line, and you have to surrender yourself to that result.
Right.
And so it worked really well. We did a lot of great things, and I just have to continue doing those. And I'm going to be a lot more disciplined with that this upcoming year. Having a plan, following my schedules and structures, and making sure I'm continuing to get in, the reading I need to, and all the journaling and stuff. So that's probably the biggest thing going forward for next year. I mean, the bowling stuff will take care of itself. Yeah. I'm pretty disciplined when it comes to practicing, when it comes to getting the work in, and not necessarily on the lanes, but also off the lanes. So just gonna continue to just keep getting better and better, and finding ways to get better and better.
Well, you said it right. At your level, at you guys' level, it's more than just throwing the ball down the lane. It's
100%.
so much more than that. Yeah.
You had an interview recently, and somebody asked you what your number one tip to a bowler was, and you said balance.
100%.
Can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah. So no matter if you're at a, you average 210 to 215 in league, if you're just starting, wherever it may be. And someone's like, man, I want to get better. First and foremost is if you're doing everything in balance, then you can start to learn all the other things. When you look at golf, when you look at baseball, football, everything, all these athletes, they do everything in balance. And having a good foundation is 100% key in our sport. We use our legs more, we're on our legs 6 to 8 hours a day. And the more that we can be in balance and control that part of it, then everything else will start to learn, will be able to take care of itself. And you can start to learn more in that way. Because if you're in balance, then that means you've already got the part behind the foul line. Now we just got to worry about the other stuff. We can do this. We can worry about the swing, because you can have a great swing. You can have, your hand can be in a good spot. But if you don't stay in balance, I don't care who you are. You can't tell me where the ball's going.
Yeah.
You don't know what's happening. So that's been a big thing, with that I've worked, with youth, with kids, guys that are just starting out, guys that are bowling in league. Is I've tried to figure out ways to help them get in better balance. And some people have found, some success with that. But yeah, that's a huge part in our sport.
Yeah. So Andy Patterson asks the big question: are you hashtag team spares or hashtag team 8-bagger?
I'm both.
It's a Deion Sanders answer right there.
Because if I go
baseball,
if I go 8-bagger, 9 out, and then sheet,
yeah,
versus 8-bagger, 9 spare sheet, my score's higher.
Yep.
I've always been on the side of spares. I work on it. Whenever I practice at home, I always end my practice sessions with at least 20 to 30 minutes of shooting spares. We spent a whole day shooting spares at Team USA camp. And sometimes it doesn't always work out. I mean, we're not perfect by any means, but I've always been on the side of spares.
We saw some 10 pins missed on TV this past year that were, that you don't normally see by some, top tier bowlers.
I have been, up until this year, I've made every makeable on TV. And when I bowled against Tommy in the playoffs, I missed a 2-pin that I thought I made off my hand, and the ball just skid. It just went right and never touched it.
Uh-oh.
Are we good? Uh-oh. If you guys can hear me, your video froze.
We have internet. Oh, we're back. There we are.
Oh, there we go.
Issue there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bowling centers and the internet have never been a real good marriage. So, all right. I know you've got a lot of things to do. Is there anything else that you would? I'm telling you, you've got some fans in East Texas. When we mentioned that we were going to have you on, my phone blew up. I bet I got 60 texts from
big time. Yeah.
Mostly the lady bowlers, but
My girlfriend doesn't like to hear that.
Oh, well,
oh
right.
Boy!
All right,
but it's okay. It's
okay.
It's okay. She understands, and no, she's great.
I met her when you were here last, and you guys are a great match. But okay, so the roommates that you have kind of given you the reputation of somebody who takes maybe a little extra time
Oh boy.
getting ready? Is it the hair thing? Is it the what is it that where
No.
are they picking on you at?
I know exactly where that stems from. Is it the fact that they like to lie for the sake of a joke?
Oh boy,
Yeah.
here we go.
Pretty much. I have a process of how I get ready and how I go about what I do in the morning. And I pretty much do the same thing every morning. I shower at night because after the whole day of bowling, this is if we're bowling a tournament, whatever. I shower at night because we've been bowling, sweating, and I hate going to bed feeling sticky or sweaty or whatever. So I shower at night, get up. Usually, I normally room with Marshall, so Marshall likes to shower in the morning, so he has it, to himself, whatever. And it takes me 15 to 20 minutes to get ready. I go to the bathroom, I wash my face, run water through my hair, dry it off. I put contacts in, I brush my teeth, I get dressed, get everything situated, and the last thing I do is my hair because it takes me 2 minutes to do my hair.
He put that to rest.
He
man.
did. Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
That rumor is dead. I think I have a lot less hair, and I think I take longer.
Yeah, it's funny to me. Like, it is what it is. Like, they continue to they always give me crap for it or whatever. But they like to lie about it just for the sake of a joke. I think it's because like I actually care what I look like. I actually I care how I present myself, whatever. So
now he's throwing it right back
That's
at
right.
him. I hear you, AJ.
it is what it
will
is.
say this. I will say this. The women have noticed your physique. You pump the iron, baby. You pump the iron.
Yeah, I felt a little rough today. I hadn't got a chance to work out in a couple of weeks, with training camp and Team USA and a lot of in Brazil, and we had a lot of bowling going on. So today was a little rough, but I try. I still have some goals and some things that side of it that I want to reach. But yeah, no, there's some times when I go back to my football days where I just want to throw some iron around and lift. I tend to go a little heavier on the leg days, a little lighter on the upper body days, just because, we don't need the bulkiness. So I'm trying to lose a lot. I'm trying to get rid of some of the bulkiness. Of course I want to have, some muscle and definition. I want to be lean as far as my upper body and my legs. We can build up as much because, like I said, the whole that goes into the whole balance thing and how much time we spend on our legs.
That foundation, like you talked about.
Yeah, 100%. So I go a little heavier on leg days. My legs don't necessarily like me the next morning, but I have told people if there was a way that we could successfully and efficiently bowl and I could look like The Rock, I would do it in a heartbeat.
So
all right.
So do you bowl league? You actually bowl in a league?
I do. Okay. In the fall, the one league I commit myself to is on Monday nights. It's a sports shot league, so I use it as competitive practice, because the point system is you're matched up head to head from who you cross with, and then your team gets points. So that's the one that I commit to, and then I sub with my dad on Wednesday nights at the center that I grew up in, and I learned how to bowl in at Parkside Lanes. And then sometimes I'll sub on a Friday league, and then in the summertime I bowl a sports shot league on Wednesdays, and I bowl a house shot trios league on Tuesdays, because we usually don't have a ton of tour stuff in the summertime, so I can bowl a little bit more regularly in those. So yeah, so this is my first fall/winter league, sports shot league tonight. So they're expecting me.
That's where he's got to go.
Hey, when he sent me the text this morning and said, "Hey, can we move it a little earlier? I've got some." You didn't say league; you just said some bowling stuff, and I'm like, "Yeah, we got to move this. Bowling is the precedent here."
Yeah,
So
it's
we'll let you get out of
sports that league. It's practice, but I haven't been home in a little while, and so they're excited to have me back.
Yeah, they want to see you. There's no doubt about it. Yeah.
Well, I will say it was awesome getting to talk to you today. Hate that you're not going to be at the Longview Doubles, but enjoy Nashville. We will see you down the road. Have you ever done the before you go? Have you ever done the Ironman in Dallas or in Rockwall?
I've heard of it, but I have not bowled it. I
Okay.
just saw Chris's son just won that, so that's
that's pretty awesome. Yeah, that's a grueling deal. I just wanted to know if you'd bowled it or not. So
no, I've bowled quite a bit in Texas, but that's one event that I haven't got the chance to bowl. It looks like a great time and looks like it's hard.
It's really hard.
Yeah, which I mean shows just that. I mean Ryan, that kid's gotten good in a short amount of time. So it's going to be exciting to see where he takes it, and I just hope he lets me win a few before he comes out on tour. He can stay in college for a little while.
There you go.
He had to beat his dad, I believe, on the way when they got to the 8-game match play. I think he beat his dad in one of the, I think.
See, I didn't know that.
I couldn't stay
I'm glad I know that so that I can give Chris some crap later.
There you go.
All right. Well, enjoy your league night tonight, man. Thanks a lot for coming on. It was been a real pleasure. And good luck. First national win is coming. We know it's coming.
It's
Absolutely.
coming.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I hope. More good things to come. I got some pretty exciting stuff working in the works for the end of this year, going into next year that I'll be looking forward to announce. And then gonna continue to do the things that I've been doing, and then once I get one, just hopes that just unravels a lot of things.
It will.
Oh yeah, yep, for sure.
Yeah, anytime, guys. Anytime you guys want me on, talk about anything. You guys want to do some stuff with bowling balls. Motor's been great to me. Looking forward to re-signing with them this year. So,
you bet.
Yeah, anytime you guys want me on.
Motive, so. All right. Thanks a lot. Bowl good tonight. Make sure your teammates are covered and encourage them as well. And thanks again for coming on. And we will see you real soon, I hope.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely, guys. Right. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
You bet. Awesome.
All right.
Was that fun or what?
Wow.
These guys.
Wow.
Yeah. He's the real deal. Bill O'Neill may be known as the real deal, but AJ, or should we say AAJJ, is the real deal there.
Man, man.
All right.
How much better could that have been? Wow.
How are we going to top that? Golly, normally we do our stuff and then we bring the guest on.
Hey, you know what?
Maybe we should just end it now.
We could. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And
hey,
man, that is awesome.
When my wife says great show, that means it's a great show. That means we're going to get an Emmy.
Yeah, it means AJ was great.
That's right.
we were mediocre. He was awesome.
Hey, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, we were a part of it, weren't we? Gosh, dang it.
No I in team, baby.
Man.
All right.
Wow.
Today is International Day Against Nuclear Tests Day.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I grew up out in Nevada. Somewhere out there.
All right. Before we get too much further, we need to recognize a couple of folks. Number one, the Rustic Axe, which is inside the Champions Lounge in Longview at the Oil Bowl. The Rustic Axe.
I need some professional help because I just cannot beat Brad.
That's
I don't know what it is.
I am the.
He's really not that good. So you know what that says for me.
Yeah.
I really suck. Yeah.
And there's no handicap system in the Rustic Axe.
Yeah, I know.
Or in the axe throwing.
All you got to do is stick it. But I can't stick it. I don't know what's wrong, but don't bend your wrist. Don't flick your wrist. Keep it. I don't know.
It's exactly opposite of what you do when you bowl. You don't.
Yeah.
There's no wrist. It is. Keep the wrist.
Yeah. Somebody send me some help, please.
Rustic Axe inside Champions Lounge at the Oil Bowl in Longview. They have packages all week long for you to come out and enjoy some adult beverage. And
Hey, I got a
an
birthday
axe or
coming
two.
up. Why don't you take me have a birthday party there?
Mine's coming up before yours.
I'll take you, then you take me. No, you'll just beat me again.
Thanks
I don't want that.
Thanks to Green Acres Bowling Center here in Tyler for allowing us to host our show here in their facility.
Newly remodeled again. Yeah. Newly remodeled. And as they advertise, new management.
Yeah.
Yeah. New management and all the other stuff that goes along with that.
Right. Green Acres right here in Tyler.
You know, it doesn't look like it from the road, but we're on the 20th floor.
That's right. Yeah.
We're one floor under the penthouse.
Yeah.
And so I guess that would be the 19th floor. No, we're on the 20th floor, so they got 21. All right, let's move on. I was losing track.
Boy, were you. Also, special thanks to Dr. Pepper and Tyler's Ice for continuing to sponsor us as well.
This may not look like it, but it's cool Dr. Pepper.
And that's what this is right here. This is a nice ice cold Dr. Pepper. So if you haven't had a Dr. Pepper lately, go get you one. And they're also the distributor for Big Red. So
yeah, when you finish that Dr. Pepper, I'll pour you up some Big Red. I got some in HQ.
Y'all know that's my favorite. All right, so we talked about the Ironman that was this weekend up at Bolorama in Rockwall.
Yeah, and that was my nickname in high school. Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
Your nickname was Iron Deficiency Man.
Hey, my wife gave me that name.
Yeah, sure she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she said, hey, honey, go iron me a shirt. go iron your Sunday pants, Terry.
Oh man. Iron Man. Yeah, that's a long, grueling tournament up there, isn't it?
It is. It's 16 games. The two oil patterns. One was Silent Killer, and the other one was
I'm just gonna kill you.
Silent but Deadly, or
oh man,
something I've forgotten now. Anyway, 16 games. One's a 42-foot pattern, the other's a 36-foot pattern. We had some friends here in Tyler that went up and bowled there.
Yeah,
Sambo Butler, who bowls in some tournaments around here, thinks he lives in Texarkana. He went through the Ironman, bowled 16 games there, didn't make the qualifier, so he gets in his car and drives to Oklahoma, comes in second in a tournament on Sunday. So
he got a little cat nap on the way up there.
Probably, sleeping on the way.
Yeah.
And he was driving. So
yeah, exactly.
Andy Patterson was there. Calvin Wilkes. Here's a name that you may not be familiar with. Noah Fulps. Noah is a winner of our Greater Tyler USBC Association Championship Tournament. He won singles one year, was a youth bowler here in Tyler, and now goes to college up at UNT in Denton. So I saw him up there. And if you watched us this summer on Monday Mayhem, you saw a guy that we nicknamed
Rocket Man.
Jose Marrero. He was there.
Man.
Rocket Man was there.
Yeah.
He gave it a shot.
Man, he would, 23 miles an hour?
23 miles an hour. And he has that unique pre-shot routine that really drives everybody else insane, but maybe works for him. I don't know.
I've been thinking about trying it, but I just don't know. Yeah.
Rockwall was her nickname? Trey asks. Oh, Trey, thanks a lot. Real quick. I just drew a blank. Rustic Axe, half price Monday night, Trey just said. So half price Monday night at the Rustic Axe.
Shut this thing down. Let's go to Longview.
I need to drive to Longview. 12-pound bowling ball. Not sure. Oh, that's what he throws. That's what Rocket Man throws.
12-pound bowling ball.
There we go. That answers that little
I thought
question.
he was talking about a 12-pound axe.
That's what I was thinking. Man, that's a heavy axe.
I know that Trey could probably give me some pointers to beat you, but he's your friend too. So I guess
that's an old song. She used to be my friend. She used to be your friend too.
Somebody help
Maybe.
us out here.
Yeah. All right,
Somebody
so
help us out.
back on the Iron Man. Here we go. Stu Williams just walked all over the field for the first 16 games. He he wore them out.
Yeah.
He obviously, I don't know, he had some kind of secret sauce going on because nobody was even close. But when it came to the 8 that made it into the qualifying rounds, into the match play rounds, he didn't make it all the way. Ryan Barnes, Chris Barnes' son, ended up winning in the final match over Michael Holloman.
Man, what a good-looking kid that Ryan
telling
Barnes
you.
is. Man,
And
he can throw the ball.
Two-hander, and he is.
Wow.
But between him and Parker Bones' son, wow, the dynasties will continue.
Look out, PBA. Goodness.
I'm telling you. We've got a lot of years of some exciting bowling to watch on television. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, we've got tournaments to talk about before we get out of here. We've got some big tournaments to talk about. It's not on there. Gonna have to ad lib.
Oh, ad lib.
Yeah, I prepare every week or every time we're on. I prepare a script.
Yeah,
you can see it's written on.
And this is the one he gave me. Oh, well, no wonder I didn't know what was going on. I did turn it over.
All right, so tournaments coming up. Longview Oil Bowl has a tournament on the 7th. I need a calendar.
17th. Yeah, because I can't bowl in it.
Oh,
I'm going to be out of town.
That is a team doubles and singles event.
Next year, Trey, before you schedule that tournament, check with my schedule so I can tell you when to plan it.
Have your people call his people.
Your people call my people, then we'll call you back.
Wow, Ryan and Chris are bowling together at Longview doubles.
Oh,
there's where the butterfly money is going to be, right there.
Yep. Boy, I hope Dad bowls good, because if he doesn't,
he'll
and
never
Ryan
hear the end of it.
Oh,
wow.
Yep.
All right. Longview Oil Bowl. I forgot the name of that tournament, but it's the 17th. It's
help us out, Trey. Help us out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm out of notes.
Yeah.
Send it over. I know that's coming up.
We had those notes before we started, but Brad went to the bathroom. So there you go.
So, and then the next tournament is October 22nd. That's a ETX bowling tournament. It's a mixed doubles. Entries are coming in fast and furious. We are limiting that one to 60 entries.
We're closing in at about, 45 right now?
We got
46?
about 45 right now.
Yeah.
And still got some time. Entry forms are available here at Green Acres. I think there are some at Oil Bowl in Longview. If there's not, go to our Facebook page, ETX Bowling, and find that post where I put the entry form out, print it out, send it over to me, or just send me all your information. I'll take your money, Venmo or PayPal.
And it is mixed doubles, and for some of you that doesn't have a mixed doubles to go to, then you got a best friend that's
will wear a dress.
Just wear a dress.
Yeah.
We'll let you in. Yeah, we'll let you in. All right, man. Slipping right in the door.
It's
let's see what we got here.
He promised he would bring me the pina colada cake.
For the
recipe.
pina colada.
See, Linda, I told you I'd get it for you. There it is.
She's going to make one for the tournament.
Is she really?
Ooh.
That's incentive right there. Which tournament are we talking about?
The Oil Bowl. The one we don't know the name of. I think it's the Oil Bowl Classic.
Oh, Classic. Yeah. Okay. It's the Oil Bowl.
Is Sue here tonight? All right.
So I have the secret recipe for the famous, not yet world famous, but nearly world famous.
By the time we get through with it, it'll be world famous.
Yeah. Hey, you know what would go perfect with this as a meal?
Lay it on me.
Some of those ribs I made this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm pretty proud of those babies.
Well, I would be too if I'd have got some.
Well, nobody did. I mean, they were gone.
Yeah, I told Cindy, she goes, what occasion was it? Because I only barbecue on occasion.
Saturday.
I'm like, no.
It was. The special
Brad
occasion
just
was
smoked
Saturday.
some ribs, and as soon as they come off the smoker, he's digging into them and eats them all.
No, they have to rest.
Well, after they rest, yeah.
They were gone. We didn't even bother to make sides. I mean, it was just when we were 100% carnivores.
Give me a rib with a side of rib.
That's right. What'd you like for your 2 sides, sir?
2 more ribs
and more ribs.
Yeah, 2 more ribs, please. Oh,
Yeah, it was,
man, they did look good.
Man.
And Cindy asked me something about that secret sauce. I'm like, I don't
The sauce
know.
isn't the secret. The sauce is just, I mean, I make it, but that's not the secret. I cannot divulge.
Was it the marinade or the rub?
It's the marinade.
The marinade. Oh,
That's the secret.
Okay, well.
Most people don't marinade ribs, but I'm telling you, the marinade I will use it for ribs and pork butt from now on.
Oh, okay.
Probably won't use it for brisket just because.
Never know.
Briskets are so big.
Never know. All right. What? Hey, did we talk about Derwin Ford?
We did not.
Hey, congratulations to Derwin Ford for his 300 game. That was either, what was that, Monday morning seniors or Friday morning seniors?
I don't know.
It was one or the other. For the seniors, I don't know. I shouldn't say this, but they put out a really, 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 really easy shot for him. So,
obviously Derwin's not watching, or he would probably be coming through the laptop computer to.
Oh no, I know. I'm just joking on that. No, it's really easy. Not really, really, really easy. It's just really
easy. All right. We lopped off one thing. I Am Bowling is your source for for shirts. Let me see if I can give you a little.
Yeah. Check that out.
I Am Bowling shirt.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't have to get a shirt with the words I Am Bowling on it, but that's what this one says. I wore it because they are also a sponsor of Second Arrow with Brad and Terry. And they got a deal going. If you go to their website, it's either buy 3 get 1 free or buy 4 get
1 free. So that'll cover your whole team,
Yeah.
including your 5th member. Yeah.
And here's the other trick on that. You get all your order in.
Yeah.
Go over to that cart where you pay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little spot
that
there.
little shopping cart.
Shopping cart.
Yeah.
Run your little shopping cart over, and then under there'll be a coupon code box. If you'll just type in the letters ETX Bowling, no spaces, all together, 20% off.
Yeah. Because, some of these Rudy Poo shirt companies, if they're going to give you a free shirt.
Why would you bring Shane Brown into this?
I didn't. You did. Oh man, now he's going to want a royalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you would think that you buy your 4 shirts, you get you 1 free, but we can't let you have the bowling code coupon. But no, not Brian. He says, I'll give you the free shirt and I'll still give you the 20% off your total. Woo!
That's what
that
I'm
guy
talking about.
is awesome.
And he's a bowler.
Yeah.
He's been out. We've been trying to catch up with him. He's bowling some senior stuff.
Man, some PBA 50 stuff
Yeah.
or PBA whatever stuff. But man,
50. Of course, all that's over now for
Yeah.
a while. Leagues are cranking back up. We got a league going right now here in Tyler. I know Longview leagues are cranked up. Tyler League meetings are this week. So if you're bowling a league this year.
Yeah. So if you're listening and you're on Tuesday night Maple League, tomorrow night at 6:30, we're going to have our meeting. I don't know about Wednesday night. Do they have theirs tomorrow? Wednesday night?
I don't bowl Wednesday. I don't know.
Well, I know Thursday's having theirs Thursday night.
Yeah.
So that covers our 2 leagues.
Yeah.
And so what were you saying? You could care less about the others?
That's not what that's what I was implying, but it's not what I meant.
That's not what you meant.
No,
Okay.
of course not.
Yeah. Get him, Dorothy.
Yeah, it's speaking of Dorothy. Oh.
Yeah, it's been several years since you've won that, hasn't it?
It has been. I've only bowled it twice.
You're still living off that fame and glory.
Well,
so it's about time.
It's about time to.
What have you done for me lately?
No doubt.
Yeah,
that one's coming up. That's in November. We will have a singles event in December ETX Bowling
Was
will
that
be
the
doing that one.
15th?
The 3rd.
3rd of December?
Yeah. Now here's the deal. Last year we made it a scratch event, trying to bring in some high caliber players out of the Dallas area. That
And
worked.
we did.
Here's the problem. December is chock full of high end tournaments that all the elites, so to speak, are going to be committed to. Every weekend is something going on. So we're going to make
and the bulk of them are in Dallas and
right, Dallas or Houston.
Yeah, Dallas or Houston.
So we're going to make that December event a handicap event again. So everybody that bowled it before that maybe got a little bit intimidated because we've switched it to a scratch event, come on back and bowl with us again.
Yeah.
We're going to do that in December.
Including
we will have
me.
a scratch. Oh, please.
Including me.
No, something you couldn't for some reason.
Yeah.
You were hurt?
No, you didn't have a spot for me.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh.
I had to give up my spot because you had so many entries.
Well.
Only for a friend.
Right.
You know?
So,
right.
So yeah, you guys be thinking about that December 3rd. Go ahead and reserve that date on your calendar. It is a good tournament. It's a well-paying tournament. Doesn't cost a whole lot. Anyway, more details coming soon. We are going to have another scratch singles, probably, I want to say probably in March, maybe.
Springish. Yeah.
Springish, late winter, early spring.
We'll bring it on when the flowers bloom. Yeah. Something like that.
All right. What else we got? Did we leave anything out? We're fast approaching our hour time limit. We talked about that tournament. We talked about Striketober mixed doubles. By the way, that's we may have mentioned it. That's limited to 60 teams.
Is it next Monday evening at the Oil Bowl is when they're having the blind pig?
Are they doing that again? Oh, is Trey still with us?
Trey, is that still on for Labor Day evening? I want to clarify that. I want to clarify that and get the word on it, because there were a lot of people that didn't get to come out for the last blind pig on the Monday Night Mayhem, and for a lot of reasons. And I think Trey was talking about doing another one just so anybody could come out and bowl it.
If you've never bowled a blind pig, I recommend doing it at least once. That will, I don't know. It's when you have a bad knee, and I have my left knee is not in the greatest shape, so I wasn't able to release the ball and then flop on the floor to see where it goes. You were more able to do that.
Yeah, because I'm a lot more athletic than you.
Yeah, because you're Iron Man.
But I will tell you this: if they are having it, take you a teenager over there with you to flop down on the floor, or take, like those mechanic creepers that they lay on and roll around. Take you one of those and have somebody rolling around looking at the pins, because it's not fun throwing your ball and jumping on the floor. Because I did that one time right on my knee, and I'm like, I can't bowl anymore. It took me like 5 minutes to get over it. But yeah, make sure you take somebody with you that can jump down on the floor and see what you leave.
Yep, Savannah was good at that. She did a lot of that.
Surprisingly enough, Taylor McKinley.
Well, they're young.
Yeah, he's just like, whoo.
Yeah.
Woo. I'm like, holy cow, man, go for it.
Yeah, they're young. I mean, you didn't see. Well,
but I'm thinking Savannah was jumping down there and she had that knee brace on.
Yeah, well, she's had some knee issues.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, girl, watch out there. Well, I guess Trey turned us off.
Yeah, I guess.
But I think that's happening. Labor probably going to start around 6 or 6:30. I don't know what the entry fee is. I wish I had some more information on that, because there was a lot of people, not only in Longview, but Tyler also, that wanted to bowl it and didn't get a chance to last time, for a lot of fun.
Okay, so AJ said he took about 15 minutes total, 2 minutes on his hair. How long do you take on your hair?
Probably 5.
5 minutes?
Yeah.
Was that like?
Well, I mean, I wash it when I'm in the shower, but I come out and, first thing I do is put a little gel in it. Then I get over to the hairdryer and I do a little this and that's with the hairdryer. And then I come in with some hairspray at the end and then well, maybe 6 or 7 minutes, maybe 10. I don't know.
I'm just trying to figure out how many seconds per hair strand you would.
Oh,
10 minutes.
I didn't think you were going to go there, but you did, Bradley Hall.
It takes 2. There you go, kid. Now he's got the right idea. Takes 2 seconds to put a hat on. If you if you ever saw me on Saturday morning, that's why I have a hat on. I get up, I mow the yard, the hat goes on, not because I'm trying to cover myself from
I've probably
the sun. It's because I didn't comb my hair.
I'm probably the only person that's got 1,000 hats that hates hats. I mean, I don't know what it is.
You're the only person on earth.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of hats, and I love to collect hats, and I've got a lot of them, but I can't wear hats because they give me a headache. And, it's not that they're too tight or anything. I just can't. I don't know what it is, but I got a lot of cool hats, but that's the way it is. Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this thing up. Thanks again. Rustic Axe inside Champions Lounge at the Oil Bowl in Longview. Green Acres Bowl here in Tyler hosting us this month. Dr. Pepper, Tyler Ice, back on board as a sponsor with
back on board.
Brad and Terry's second arrow.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
I am bowling.
I am bowling.
Jerseys.
And Motive Bowling.
And Motive, that's right. I left
Motive.
out.
Yeah.
Motive has done a lot of great things for us here in Tyler over the years.
Scott's pulled through a lot up for us on that deal. So, yeah.
And just so we can get Carol Begg's dog. I couldn't help it, Carol. I've been waiting to do
what's that
all
dog's name, Carol? We need to. We're going to name our bark what your dog's name is. I bet it's Fido.
Fido. For those of you that don't know, when we are live streaming tournaments, when somebody has a big, strong bird dog messenger that flies across and taps out a 10 or a 7 if you're left-handed, we play the big dog.
Does that say beans?
No, the first one, we asked what the dog's name was, and she said stop. So from now on, her name is Stop. No, the dog's name is Bo.
Bo, good old Bo. Yeah, he's a good old thing. All right. Did you finish your explanation of that?
Oh yeah, no, I didn't. All right, so the big dog, the deep bark. That's
got a pin sticking up there, and here it comes. Boom.
Yeah, that's the big dog.
That's the big dog.
All right, the little bark is when you got a pin standing up here, and here
right on by it, and it's still standing.
Just gets weak, and so that's a little dog. So
yeah.
So there you go.
I'm done, brother.
I'm done. That's it.
All right. Hey,
thanks again to AJ Johnson.
Oh man, yeah. Wasn't that the best? Gosh, man. I know that we're going to have some repeat guests on, and he's going to be one of them.
Oh, definitely.
I know Carolyn's coming back on too. She said she would, but yeah. So keep rolling the rock. God bless.
Peace.